If you're working out at home, you're probably doing a lot of push-ups. So today, let's kick it up a notch. Let's make your push-ups a little bit more dynamic. Why dynamic, you ask? That is a great question. Well, first, it allows you to work on multiple muscle groups at the same time. It makes your workout more efficient, you get to maximize your time, and it allows you to build strength and quality of movement. And that's really important right there. Quality of movement, which sometimes is lacking in fitness classes like HIIT because it's more focused on speed than it is the movement itself. Let's go over the 5 dynamic push-ups that we're gonna do today. With this, it's for anyone, whether you've never done a push-up before or you've been doing 100 push-ups every day. And the best of all, no equipment necessary, other than maybe a couple of household items that you probably already own. The first dynamic push-ups we're gonna do today is a slow descending push-up with a hold at the bottom. Now this push-up is really great to practice your range of motion, also to help you practice developing proper form in the push-up. And you may ask, like, how is this a dynamic push-up? We want this push-up to actually help us get in tune to which muscle group is firing. So by slowly descending our body down towards the ground, we can then identify which muscle group is actually working. So in this case with the push-ups, we want it to be primarily our pectoral muscles. So this way, as we're slowly descending our body down to the ground, we can identify, am I really using my chest? Or am I using my shoulders? Or my triceps? And so forth. Then that allows you to kind of adjust as necessary. You can also do this exercise in a modified position on your knees as well to help you with proper form. So if you're new to push-ups or you think your push-up form needs some work, then practice this before moving on to more complex movements. The next one we're gonna do are push-ups with SpiderMan Crunches. This exercise helps you develop your obliques as well as your coordination. First, we're gonna start in a standard push-up position with your feet shoulder width apart and with your hands just outside your shoulder. Now, as you lower your body to the ground, you're gonna bring your knees up simultaneously. You wanna make sure you have your elbows slightly tucked in to have room for your knees to move up towards your shoulder. It's almost as if when you're going into the push-up, you wanna tap your knee on your shoulder. Now, while you're doing so, you also want to make sure that you engage your core, your abs, as tightly as you can, as well as your quad. Okay, this next one is one of my favorite exercises. We're going to be doing push-ups with a plank twist toe tap. Now, with this particular exercise, of course, it's going to be working on your coordination, but also it's going to work on your abs, your obliques, as well as your shoulders and triceps. First, you're gonna have your hands in a neutral position just outside your shoulders. You also wanna make sure that you have your feet roughly about hip width, shoulder width apart. So as we're twisting, you have room for your feet to move. Now, as you go into the push-up, you're gonna come back up. You're gonna twist to one side. You also wanna make sure you keep your hips up, engage those obliques. Then you're gonna kick the inside leg up and touch with the opposite arm. Then you're gonna reset back to a regular push-up position and then repeat the same on the other side. I truly, really like this exercise because it's all encompassing. It works a lot of the upper body as well as the lower body, including our core. This is just one of those dynamic push-up exercises that everyone should implement into their workout. The next exercise we're gonna do are push-ups, the Pikes. And for this exercise, all you're gonna need is just a little hand towel. To start this exercise, you're gonna have both your feet on top of the hand towel. You're gonna be in a standard push-up position with your hands just outside your shoulders. Now, as you go into the push-up and you come back up, you're gonna raise your hips up towards the ceiling as high as you can. As you're doing so, you're also wanting to tuck your head in between your shoulders. Now, as you're coming back down, you wanna slowly lower your hips, nice and controlled. While you're doing all this, you want to make sure you engage your abs as tightly as you can, and along with your glutes and your quads. This last dynamic push-up is gotta be one of my favorites, if not my most favorite one. And for this one, just like prior, all you're gonna need is just a little hand towel or a slider. Now, this exercise is so good at developing core strength and along with developing shoulder strength. To start this exercise, you're going to assume a standard push-up position, just like before, with your hands just outside your shoulders. This time you're going to have one of your hand on top of your towel or a slider. As you're going into that push-up, you're going to slowly slide that hand upward above your head. As you're doing so, you want to make sure you engage your core, your abs, your obliques, your quads, and your glutes as tightly as you can as you slide your hand forward as you're going into that push-up, because this is really going to challenge your core. The same as you're coming back from that push-up, you want to make sure you squeeze your core as tightly as you can as you bring your body back to that starting position. Now this exercise could be pretty hard. You could start by doing these on your knees instead of on your feet. Practice makes perfect, so keep practicing the basic push-ups. Then the dynamic moves that I showed you today will be very easy to do and be fun to do. I hope you liked the video today, and in the comment below, let us know what kind of push-ups you like to do that you often implement into your workout routine.